Today we're reviewing
Captain America: Civil War.
Into the darkness, we are one. Into the darkness.
So Captain America: Civil War is about the third movie in the Captain America trilogy. It's basically about Captain America and Bucky. That's a certain aspect of
And it's
it.
really
And
overall, it's the boiling point of Captain America and Iron Man's relationship. Well, initial thoughts of this movie, it was really good. Definitely one of my top 2 favorite movies in the MCU, like out of all of them. I definitely really like this movie.
Yeah, my initial thoughts are the hype was unreal for this movie. The hype was unreal for this movie, so it was like impossible to top the hype. But I really liked this movie. I walked out happy. It's definitely the good wrap up to Captain America's trilogy, and we're gonna get into our positives.
So for my positives, it's probably everything's a positive in this movie for me. I mean, all the action sequences, the acting, the storyline. I mean, just the way it started. Fight scene, and then there's the fight scene in their end where Bucky gets loose, and then there's obviously the airport scene was probably my favorite one, and the end fight scene between Iron Man and Captain America. I mean, just also and not only like all the characters that are in it already. I mean, just the way they introduced Black Panther, like a really cool character. I mean, there's the whole chase sequence. I mean, there's just a lot of great things from this movie, and it was definitely probably my favorite MCU movie that I've seen in the theater, I guess.
Yeah, definitely the visuals are really good. The introduction of Black Panther and Spider-Man was really good how they did it, and definitely there's a lot of good fight scenes. I really like how they did Bucky, how they did the scenes with Bucky in this movie, because I really like the beginning, seeing how they make it inconspicuous and how that deals out in the rest of the movie, and then his like flashback scene is really good, but I do really like the fight with Cap and Bucky in the building.
And you also have Ant-Man doing his thing.
Yeah, definitely the Spider-Man thing. I was kind of worried because I'm not really the biggest Spider-Man fan. I like the Tobey Maguire as the raindrops get by, and that I really like that Spider-Man, and so I was but then I kind of didn't really like Spider-Man. I like Hulk the Mist, so I was worried Spider-Man was going to take away screen time of the other guys, but I ended up really liking him, so that worked out for me.
Even though you're seeing them in like a fractured Avengers, one side wanted to let the government control what they were doing, which I'll get into that are negatives. There's a lot of people in this movie, which gives me faith that that Infinity War is gonna be really good, just because they pulled it off here, and I think it's the same director, so they probably can definitely pull that off. And then I guess before I said I don't have any negatives, there are just a couple negatives that I have, which they're really just minor like gripes. It's not like it didn't affect the movie for me at all. It was just kind of things I thought about during. Obviously, the main villain, I like Crossbones. That villain there is pretty cool, even though it lasted for like 5 minutes. But Baron Zemo, I don't know, he really wasn't. The whole time he's behind the scenes, like setting all this up.
He basically didn't really need to be in the movie, to be honest.
There's a scene where a couple of scenes. There's one where he's just laying on the ground.
Help me. Help. Get up.
Then there's one where he's running up the stairs and he stops for no reason and looks down at Falcon. But my main thing I was going to say, though, was I didn't really agree with the whole story. It's not I didn't agree with it. It just seems kind of ridiculous that they'd even be listening to the government telling them to, like slow down what you're doing. Because they could easily... The government should not be complaining at all about what they're doing. Because, if it wasn't for them, the world wouldn't even be there.
That's more of a complaint just with, because the movie I thought did a good job with... I mean, as long as... I guess it really wasn't the fact that they really wanted the government to do it. It's just Iron Man just felt guilty. It's really just the guilt factor.
I don't understand why. I can see... They saved the world. It's not like they purposely killed someone.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I guess I can see from him that he opened the portal and all that stuff, and that he caused it. But
he caused Ultron.
Yeah, that's
the
only reason why I think you should feel sorry, not because the collateral damage.
It's really just the guilt, because Iron Man felt the guilt, and then War Machine goes wherever he goes. Black Widow, Vision just tries to find the most peaceful way, because he's kind of like that's just how he's wired. Then Black Widow really wasn't on his team. Black Panther was only on his team to kill Winter Soldier. And so if you think about it that way, then Spider-Man was with Iron Man, because, of course. One of my negatives, it's very minor, and honestly I'm happy with how it played out, but how War Machine just the deaths. There was no deaths. I'm kidding. There were deaths, but like Peggy Carter died in this movie, even though she was technically already dead.
Yeah, really,
But-
that is true. Really, that's probably a negative for me too. Is someone definitely should have died. Just, I mean, not a major character. Like I thought I was happy they didn't kill Captain America or Iron Man in this one,
Yeah,
but I definitely feel like
they should
it's
have
not
killed.
that I don't like War Machine, but
Yeah, they.
that could have been like a major like point that maybe brought them together. Just like in Avengers, when Agent Coulson dies, that brings them together when they were arguing. It's like someone like him, or maybe even Hawkeye. I mean, even though I guess they really just want to keep having him alive for some reason. Like, I mean, obviously he's been around the whole time. It's not like I don't like him, but just a character like him or War Machine that's a little more replaceable than these other ones. I feel like they could have probably died.
And that's one more minor negative is some people are saying I think Captain America puts the shield in his armor. I do feel like this is very minor, but I'm losing my voice. Very minor.
I mean, I think one thing.
Very minor. I think they really could have, after he stuck the shield in his armor, I think they could have made it to where like he was about to press down on it a little more. That's like literally so minor though. But they could have had like he's like crunching down and it's about to hit. I just feel like, but it was really emotional anyways though.
And then the last thing I was gonna say was this is also kind of a minor complaint. Just how like complex Benzema's plan really is. I know people can make it seem a little more ridiculous, like Screen Junkies on his trailer, like. There is a lot of stuff that has to happen exactly at the same second, and just like there's just so many little like subplots I didn't really need. Like he had a whole like vehicle blow up at this one thing to shut everything down. Like, could have just had someone like unplug something. That's like really complex.
That's
all
why,
that had to happen at the same time.
See, that's why they could have just had it to be like that was like either he had a group of people or
because he did all himself.
Hydra. Yeah, he did all that by himself. Which is
Which
why
is
they
a
could have just had it be
little-
Hydra, because that when you think about it, that plan is impossible. But
And the only thing he actually did was he punched someone and he caught him
that
off
was it.
guard.
That was a pretty freaking.
I mean, he
punch.
threw final thoughts for me. I definitely really like this movie. This is probably my favorite movie in the entire MCU. This movie's way better than Iron Man, but just for me, just from like watching Iron Man the first time,
It was a different
kind of.
kind
It's just. I mean, it's for different reasons. It's not a team movie. It's the first superhero movie that I really liked. I mean, I saw Spider-Man and stuff before that, but
not in theaters.
just Iron Man is the first one. I like that character, but this is probably my favorite MCU movie. I gotta say that. I would definitely have to give this movie a 10 out of 10 because there's really just all the negatives I said were just a little complaints, and it's not enough to take down some of these great fight sequences at all. So
Yeah, I will definitely have to give this 10 out of 10 as well because, I mean, with all these characters, they're so fleshed out by now, and you've seen them go along this journey, and just to see them fight against each other, it's something different. And the fact that you could understand both of their sides. No matter what you thought about the government taking over, telling them what to do, it was believable just because of the fact that I felt because of the guilt of Iron Man, how they took his side, and then how people like Black Panther wasn't really directly involved. He just wanted to go kill Winter Soldier, but I definitely thought it was a great movie with great action, visual effects, great characters, and that's why I think it a 10 out of 10.
So for a quick recap, this is my favorite MCU movie out of all of them. Iron Man and Guardians of the Galaxy are pretty close behind it, and I guess Avengers too. But no, a quick recap, I gave it a 10 out of 10.
I gave it a 10 out of 10. And
And,
it's still not above Avengers for me, but it's really good.
And this was our last quick review before the big debut of Black Panther this week. Unfortunately we did not get a private screening invite, so
We
we're not
didn't see
going
it
to
a month ago.
so we're not going to be seeing it till probably
Saturday.
Saturday or Sunday, but
Review
expect
will
a
be
review up
before.
like late Sunday, maybe even Monday, hopefully over the weekend. That was our review of Civil War, and we'll see you guys in the next movie review. Bye, guys.
And